America's first resort destination. That's the impressive claim for Palm Beach, posing beautifully in the Atlantic. The town of Palm Beach is separated from mainland Florida and West Palm Beach by the Intracoastal Waterway, which also makes a very handy place to moor your mega yacht. In the 19th century, this 16-mile barrier island was one of America's final frontiers. The oldest structure in Palm Beach is Seagull Cottage. Not that old, 1886. 7 years later, it was bought by a man named Henry Morrison Flagler, who was a visionary entrepreneur and decided to send the railroad to this part of Florida. In a classic example of the concept of build it and they will come, the rail connection from New York and Washington triggered a tourism boom. Henry Flagler put Palm Beach on the map in 1894 when he opened the Royal Poinciana Hotel. At the time, it was said to be the biggest wooden structure in the world. Very sadly, it was demolished in 1936. Luckily, other hotels are available. Oh, hello, do come in, have a look around. The colony was built in 1947, and the name comes from the fact that it's British colonial architecture. The rooms aren't giant size, but they're just what you need, very colourful and full of style. A minute's walk away from the hotel is a half-mile thoroughfare that's claimed to be the Street of Dreams, and which I call America's ritziest road. London has Bond Street for very upmarket shops. Beverly Hills has Rodeo Drive, and Palm Beach, well, here it is, Worth Avenue.
So this is one of the finest pieces of real estate around here in Palm Beach. It's kind of one of a kind place.
Italian artisans were brought to Florida to create the Palm Beach look. A ripple of shady Italianate lanes known as vias lead off from Worth Avenue, and in one of them I met the historian, Rick Rose. Oh, and his shoes.
In Palm Beach and in Worth Avenue in particular, this is where luxury brands have been created because they know that if they come here and show their goods and their designs, that it's a very niche, focused market.
As the reputation of Palm Beach soared, it became a stronghold for the rich and famous. The Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, and in the early 1960s, John F. Kennedy took holidays here. And he's not the only president associated with the island. In the 1920s, when Palm Beach was taking magnificent shape, an heiress named Marjorie Merriweather Post decided to build perhaps the most gorgeous of mansions, Mar-a-Lago. In 1985, it was bought by a businessman named Donald Trump, and within weeks of his inauguration, it had become known as the Winter White House. Besides extravagant architecture and retail razzmatazz, Palm Beach has classy places to eat, drink and indulge. When St. Ambroise opened in 1936, it was originally simply a cafe offering that classic of coffee and cakes. It still is.
Look around. It's great.
It's
great.
great.
You're looking at the sunset.
Every night of the week for the entire winter, you could be busy, if you choose to be busy.
Or choose to do nothing like we do.
In little more than a century, Palm Beach has gone from a mosquito-infested swamp to one of the most desirable destinations on the planet. I think it's a fascinating story. See if you agree.